Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Your boy Cage tapping in. A little quick Sunday analysis. Getting ready for the market open in about 4 hours. It's gonna give me some better analysis when it comes to the vid and what we're looking at for this week amongst the group. But what I got right now, what I've been sketching out, what I've been noticing right now is some of the key levels that we were at, some of the key levels we rejected off, and some of the key levels that we have not touched or reacted off of yet. And I didn't even have to go to the weekly, monthly, anything further than that. The daily is what I seen a lot of shit forming out. Simple structure. We got the higher high, higher low, and then lower low as well too. And it looks like, from the movement that we were having last week and the previous weeks, this movement started on June the 18th, pretty much. People came down, took profit, came up, made a higher low, which is higher, a higher low, which is higher than the previous low. People came and took structure again. Now, what I've noticed is these gaps are very important. These gaps are very important. This gap right here was Tuesday. We opened up Wednesday all the way down into the 118. We kind of rejected a little bit and then we flushed back through there. So I think if we get the move down, we're going to need it after a gap. And I'm going to explain what exactly I mean by that. So after we made the market structure and started moving down, obviously you can see we're in a downtrend. Looks like down here in this key area, boop, 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 and we could probably switch to the hourly and get a little better, look at that specific area. It looks like people were taking profits. We got up in this consolidation area 118. People came down and took profits already. These wicks those are profit taking wicks. That means people have sold their positions. Hopefully, you know what I mean. That would have been a smart move. People took profit, which sent it back up. But we stuck here. We stuck. We didn't go no further, right? Now, the next move that I would pay attention to is this key area right here. This 10, what I wrote it down as well too. This 10, what we got? This 106 area, right? This 107 between 106 area. We are going to not need, it will be very beneficial if we get a gap down. So if the futures market tonight tanks a little bit, maybe 1%, and we get a gap down with NVIDIA and we open below that 106 area down here into like the 105s, I definitely think that $100 area down here and below is the next key area. And if we can get down to the $100 area, $97, that's the next point of resistance that is going to be stopping us from having some motion. Let me show you on the daily, right? So I wouldn't suggest, as soon as the market opened, just hop right in the video because it's looking shorty. You want to wait for the structure to form. You want to wait for the reactions to form. Because look at this. Look at this gap fill down here. And look at this resistance turn support as well down here. That's like at what, 97.71. If we can get that push below $100, which is this area here, I can definitely see us coming to $97, especially with the $10 ATR that NVIDIA has. It can definitely shoot more than that. But if I had to take an entry, and one and only entry, I only had one entry to take. I am waiting for intermediate pullback. This is the 200 EMA. A 200 EMA pullback would be so perfect. But guess what happens? We don't always get the perfect entry, right? So if I had to take a entry with a gun to my head, I'm waiting for a 110 through 112 tap, right? If it goes above and goes up to the 200 EMA, that's okay as well too. Anything above the 200 EMA on this hourly, I might want to get out my plate and try to reload that bullet and get back in again on a different setup. But right now, if you guys wanted to take NVIDIA, I would definitely pay attention to the futures market, the NASDAQ, to see what it's doing overnight. If we gap down with NVIDIA into that 105 area, I definitely see us coming down into $100 that day. That's only $6. And then also 97 as well is the next key support area. And if we break that, what else I got down there? If we break that, we got another pivot point at 95.50. And the rest is history from there. You know what I mean? You'll be able to get your money and get out of there. But also be aware that we got some Also, standard deviation pivot points up top as well too, between 110 and 111. So that's why I also said between that 110 and 112 area, I want to see some key reaction. I want to see some straight flushing reaction if we tend to come up there during the week this week, right? But if you asked your boy Cage, hey, what you taking on the video? What's your analysis? I don't have one right now. Yes, we're bearish. Yes, we look bearish. But just because we look bearish does not mean we're going to remain bearish. Intermediate, and that means in between the daily, in between the 4 hour, in between that week time frame, we may not be bearish. We may be intermediate bullish. So I'm giving both bias, but I do want to catch it down to the downside, absolutely, especially before earnings. So if we can get some reaction off of 110 or 112 to the upside and get a rejection, or if we get that gap open down into the 105 area, get below that support and get down into the 100 area. Oh yeah, I absolutely think we can hit that 100 and flush right through there. And then $97 would be our next point of support that we have to react off of. Then I would take my full setup and load all in once I see our key reaction off of 97. But anywhere between there, anywhere between $100 and 97 is definitely playable. You can play the rejection to the upside, back to the downside, absolutely. Because overall, we're in bearish. We're in bearish movement. Overall, I don't care how you feel, what you think. You got to do what the chart tells you, and the chart is telling me we're in a fucking bearish momentum movement because we got a higher high with a lower high. I mean, a higher high, a lower low, a higher low, and then a lower low. That's bearish structure. I don't give a fuck what you think you looking at. But yeah, that's my little analysis. I hope it helped a little bit. I would love to see everybody else's analysis and see if we can pair everything together. If I need to redo this and explain it a little more, please let me know. I definitely will. I'm starting to try to get into putting the shit in video so that it's saved. You know what I mean? That's saved, that it's in there. But hey, your boy Cage, that's my analysis for NVIDIA in the week. Let's get to it.